SBA Publications.
Hello my dear students, how are you all? This is Vedika and I am here with our next chapter of literature for you people. And this one is again going to be a very interesting story for you guys. So this is our chapter number 10 and this is the text. Let's start with the reading. There was a little fox named Foxy was on her way to meet its friends. While it was walking through the forest, it saw a bunch of grapes hanging from a branch. Oh, grapes! This is just what I'd like to eat, Foxy said. So this story is about a fox whose name was Foxy, who was walking in the forest and she finds a bunch of grapes on a branch and she thinks that, oh wow, grapes, this is what I would like to eat. Foxy said. Taking a few steps back, it jumped as high as it could. However, it just missed the hanging grapes. So, what does Foxy do? When she sees the grapes, she wants to eat them. Then, she makes an attempt to get towards the grapes to eat them. So, she jumps up as high as she can, but she misses the target. She couldn't catch the grapes. Foxy took a few paces back and tried again. She again moved back, वो फिर से पीछे होती है and tries it again. She tries to catch the grapes once again. It still couldn't reach the grapes. Finally, giving up, Foxy turned up its nose and said, "They are probably sour anyway." Foxy started to walk away. So, when she fails continuously, she says that I don't want the grapes because they are sour. वो grapes तो खट्टे ही हैं, मुझे नहीं चाहिए. Foxy started to walk away. Then she starts to walk away. Foxy had only walked a few steps when it stopped. I really want to eat those grapes. Then she moves and after reaching a few steps forward, she realizes that she wants to eat those grapes really. Then, I must think of a way to help me reach them. She says कि मुझे कोई रास्ता ढूंढना चाहिए जिससे कि मैं उन तक पहुंच सकूं. Foxy walked back to the tree and stared up at the grapes. I need a solution, Foxy thought to herself. So, she walks back to the tree to look at the grapes. Then she thinks, I need a solution. And it saw some big logs lying on the ground. Foxy picked them up and began piling them against the tree. So what happens? Foxy really wanted those grapes. So she thinks of a solution. She finds some logs. As you can see in this picture, they are wooden logs lying here and there. So what she does? She piles them up and makes a platform herself to stand up on. After a few minutes, it stood on the pile and stretched its paw up to reach the grapes. Still, it could not reach them. So, after making the pile, she stands up on it. The way you can see in the picture, Fox is standing on the pile of the logs and she tries to reach them with her hands, paws. Still, she is unable to reach the grapes. Foxy did not give up. It began to look for a big stick. Suddenly, it found a long thin stick with a curve at one end. So, still she is not ready to give up. वो हार मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं होती है. She finds a stick. She is looking for a stick. And suddenly she finds one thin and long stick with a curve on the end. Just like this. Alright? So, what happens after that? It climbed up onto the pile again. Foxy used the stick to bend the branch downward. So what happens? She again stands up on the pile of the logs. Then she takes the help of that stick to stretch the branch towards herself, or you can say downwards. Now it could reach the grapes, and now she finally reached the grapes. Foxy popped some grapes into its mouth and she eats some grapes. They were the juiciest grapes it had ever eaten. So those grapes were the juiciest. They were the most tasty grapes she had ever eaten. Now in the beginning she said that the grapes are sour anyway. I don't want them. But deep inside she wanted those grapes, and when she ate them she realized that these grapes are the juiciest grapes she had ever eaten. Thank God I did not give up, Foxy said. If I had, I would not have been able to enjoy these delicious grapes. They are definitely not sour. So, here she is realizing that these grapes are not sour. Thank God I tried my best. I did not give up, and finally I am able to eat these tasty grapes, and then she realizes that these grapes are definitely not sour. The story gives us message that we should try and try until we succeed. So this story tells us that we should never give up and keep trying until we get what we want, until we get the success in our desires. Just like Foxy was succeeded in eating those juicy grapes. So now let us read the vocabulary. Bunch. Bunch means number of things growing together. Number of things that grow together. Stretched. Stretched means capable of being made longer. When you try to be longer. When you are unable to reach something and you stretch yourself the best. So like try to be longer than you really are. So this was your vocabulary, and that's it for the story. Now here we have some exercises given. I hope you will be able to do them very well, as you have become much more smart by reading all this stuff. I hope you will be able to do it well, and I will see you soon in the next video. Till then, keep practicing. Bye-bye.